Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I just had to start it with saying Merry Christmas to all of those who celebrate. Today is December 26th, so it's kind of after Christmas. But I just hope all of you guys who celebrated had a lovely Christmas with your family, and I wish you all a happy new year. And then I have to apologize for my appearance because it's Christmas and it's chill, so I'm not gonna put on anything fancy just to film a video. But so today I figured I would make a video about all of the horses I've had, because those who's been following me for a long time know that I've had a lot of horses, and I feel like those who haven't been following me for as long are kind of confused as to like who's that horse and who's that horse. So I thought I would just tell some facts about all of them and put in some videos and photos so you can know which horse is which. So it all started off in 2008 when I got my first pony. Her name was Carmencita, but we just called her Sita. It was a 13-2-hand Danish sport pony. She was chestnut with some white stockings on her leg. She was 6 years old when I got her, and I got her straight out of a riding school. Well, they lied to us, but we were like first-time horse buyers, so we weren't very experienced, so we thought it was a cool pony, but she was very inexperienced and we had lots of issues together. And she had never been to any shows or anything, so like we did not know what we got ourselves into, but she was a sweet first pony and I learned a lot from her until she got injured. After I had her for about like a little over half a year, she got injured. And she was injured for a year and a half. So in 2010 we had to make the decision to put her down as she never really recovered and she was in pain. So we put her down, and a little while later I found a pony online that I went to try, which was Chubby, which I think most of you know because I started YouTube properly when I got him. So Chubby was the pony I had when I first started YouTube. Again, we were inexperienced horse buyers, so we bought him all by ourselves, and we had a very small budget, so he was the only like jumping pony we could find in our price range. He was quite a chunky type, so he was probably a cross between like a cob or Irish draft or something. He had been abused in the past. True, because Chubby was very fast and he also was like leaping and stuff, but the thing about Chubby was because he was very strong. He was 14 one hands at 12. He was 12 when I got him. Chubby, I loved Chubby. He was like my pony of a lifetime. We did not have a lot of good results together as he stopped a lot and I got very scared with him. He was the first horse that I got scared with because he stopped a lot because I made mistakes and he was unsure, but we did a lot of shows and he was the pony I started my show career with. And we got eliminated at basically every show from 50 centimeters to 80 centimeters. I was really scared and he stopped and it went really badly. I also kept him in my backyard, like you've heard that story. If not, you can read it down below. My friend sold her horse, so Chubby was alone because I had him home. So I got another horse, which was Diamant. He was not a lot in my videos because I only had him for a short while. I got him as a 3-year-old. He was a 13 one-hand Nordlandshest, which is a Norwegian native pony breed. It's like kind of like a halfsinger. Diamant was a very cute pony, but he was very green. He wasn't broken, so I broke him in with my friend in my backyard, and he was actually very talented as a jumper. But he wasn't quite what I was looking for. Like, he wasn't a show pony, so I just traded him, and I traded him to a riding school for another pony, which was not in a lot of my videos either. So my fourth pony's name was Spa. He was a paint colored Danish sport pony. He was really pretty. He was about 14-3 hands, so he was just on the edge of being a horse. Spa and I did not get along at all. Like, long story short, he was very aggressive. I don't know why, but he had probably been treated bad like in the past. So with me, it was like he was kind of aggressive towards me, like he would come at you in the paddock with his ears backwards and like bite for you and stuff. But then one day he attacked I moved from my backyard to my friend's stable that was like 5 minutes away from my house. And one day he attacked her in the paddock, and the day after he threw her friend off when they were hacking. Like, he just bucked her off, so it was like, it wasn't an ideal horse to have because he was so aggressive towards everyone, but I knew that I kind of just felt like it was because we didn't get along. So I found a girl that he got along with so well, and he never did anything bad with her, so I sold him to a girl that was very happy with him and they did really well together. So when I sold Spa, I had to get another pony, so I got a Welsh cob mare called Valhalla's Meg Ryan. We just called her Maggie. She was 14 hands and she was black with white stockings and white markings. Maggie was the prettiest pony ever. Maggie was kind of green, but she was very sweet and I had lots of fun with her. My friend rode her a lot, so we rode together. I rode Chubby and she rode Maggie, and Maggie was just a really, really lovely horse. She had such a sweet personality and she was a great jumper and everything. I think it was like a money thing that I felt like Maggie had raised a lot in value and we needed the money from her. So I sold her. So after we sold Maggie, I found another cheap pony. Like, I sold all of the ponies on for a profit. So after Maggie was sold for a profit, I bought another pony that I think most of you will know, which was Mac. Mac's full name was Silvalea Mark Time. He was a New Forest pony. He was 5 when I got him. And he is the horse that weird and bucked and bolted in all of my videos. The pony in my Crazy Horses Journey video that everyone freaked out about. Mac was 13 2-hands. He was like bright bay with some white stockings, small white markings. So I had Mac and Chubby at the same time. And like, yeah, through all of these ponies I had, I kept showing Chubby and I still got eliminated in everything. Yeah. So I got Mac in 2011 and he was terrified of everything. And they said that he had been abused previously and that was very clear to notice on him. But Mac was such a sweet pony. I really got along with him and I kept riding him, and as you can see in my previous videos, he reared so much. Mac had never been at a show before, so I took him to some lessons. He had barely been jumped, so I took him to some lessons and then I started doing shows with him. And I got him over like the bad part. He was such a good show pony. At our first shows we had like clear rounds in 80 centimeters. I started doing 90 centimeters on him. So I basically did 80 and 90 centimeters on him and he did much better than Chubby. Chubby kept stopping and I fell off him and we got eliminated, but with Mac it went much better. So me and Mac had a lot of like rough paths when he was rearing and when he was really scared and nervous. But after a while we got over it and he turned into a lovely, lovely pony. I had to sell them because I was starting college, so I sold Chubby and Mac, which was really sad because I love those ponies. And I got accepted into college, so with all of the money I had saved up from all of these ponies that I sold for a profit, I bought my first show jumper, Connie, which I think a lot of you will also know. A lot of people mistake him for Santa when they look at like edits and stuff when I have clips of both of them. Connie was a Danish warmblood. He was 10 when I got him. He was 17 1-hands and he was so big and I was like so small and I was used to riding my ponies and I like, wow, he was really big. So Connie started my show jumping career properly because I moved from my backyard to college and I had a trainer for the first time. I did a top athletics course on him. Connie took me in my first meter class, first 110, first 115, and he was the fabulousest, he was the most fabulous schoolmaster ever. Connie was such a sweet guy and he taught me so much and I had so much fun on him. He gave me a lot of confidence and a lot of good experiences. And he was the first horse who really took me to the show arena that I had lessons on and that he really taught me so much. Like, I can't thank him. So after Connie, I thought like, okay, now I'm such a good rider, I can get a youngster, which is going to be my Grand Prix horse. That was my thought in 2013. So I sold Connie. I figured out I was getting my new Grand Prix horse, so I headed over to England with my parents. I organized the whole trip. I was so good at that. I tried a few horses. I fell in love with Bea. Her name was Caballo or Sabea or however you say it. We just called her Bea. She was a Dutch warmblood. She was 6 when I got her. She was 16 1-hands and she was a horse I also fell off a lot. But in the start with her, we had so many good memories. Like, I loved that horse. She was like my dream horse. But sadly, she was like very English style ridden. Like, she was very fast and very rushing, and my trainer at school didn't like that. But yeah, so my trainer tried to change Bea completely, which didn't quite work out, so she was like very confused. So things started to go bad with Bea and she stopped and I fell off and she got scared and I got scared and then blah 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 blah. You probably know that story. So I had Bea for a year and a half and I really tried to make things work again. We had lots of good periods, we had some really good rounds and shows, and she felt amazing to jump. But I lost all of my confidence with her, so I was very scared. I had like a throwback to the time with Chubby when I fell off all the time and he always stopped. So I really lost my confidence with her, so I decided that it was best for both of us to sell her. Bea, I kind of lost some money on her, which was gutting, so I I had to get a new project horse because I couldn't afford anything else, so I bought a horse unseen from England, which was stupid. Again, I've done lots of mistakes in my horse shopping life, as you might have noticed. Which was Molly. Molly was an Irish sport horse. She was dappled grey, she was 16 hands, and she was 9 years old. Yeah, she was 9 when I got her. But she was really scared and nervous, and I bought her very cheap, so I like kind of knew that okay, something had to be wrong with this horse. Like, was very sensitive in her mouth, and she was just like very nervous, and when jumping too, she stopped a lot at small jumps, but it didn't scare me because it wasn't the same way like Bea did. It's really good. Then I moved to Germany in summer 2015, and I brought Molly with me. This isn't really a good jumper, and I kind of like knew that, but I just hoped that it would work out, but it didn't. So my trainer in Germany was like, you need a new horse, you need a proper jumper, you need to get your confidence back up again. So he found me a new horse. He said he would find me a new horse, and suddenly he was just like, today it's coming a horse for you. And I was like, okay. So it came a horse for me, which was a very big, black, goofy horse, which was called Santo, which is my current horse. I tried him in Germany. He was so lovely. Santo is a 9-year-old Oldenburg spring fat. He is 17.3 hands high. He is black, and he's an Oldenburger. I just said that. So I got Santo. You all know Santo. In 2016, I was just looking at cheap project horses, and I found a little mare, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to have this horse. 15.1 hands high, Swedish warm blood, bright bay mare. Picture behind me named Carambola, which is her show name, which is really ugly. I got Cara. She did 90 centimeters. She was very green, very hot, you know Cara. She is very special. But we clicked instantly, and Cara's been a horse of a lifetime. We have gone from doing 90 centimeters to doing 120 now. That is a total of 11 horses. Wow. So yeah, I've done a lot of mistakes in my horse buying life, which I guess you have like noticed through this video. But I have learned from my mistakes, and I've had a lot of like very cheap horses. I have had a lot of bad experiences, but I have learned a lot from it, and here I am with more experience, and it ended up well in the end. Yeah, that was basically it. If you watched this whole video, congratulations, because I feel like it's gonna be really long, like my memory card ran out of space. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye!